I have an unorthodox approach to what we did with our kids. My wife has
Tell me more.
It was all legal. My wife has a PhD in mathematical physics. So people always ask us, are your kids fucked up? You know, something, you know, they always ask.
Nice and direct.
Because to them, scientists are like always doing experiments. But we discussed this, my wife and I wanted to make sure that however they were raised, that they retained the curiosity of childhood into adulthood.
Man, how do you do that?
Well, that implies that you have to do a lot of work to make it happen, when in fact, you'd be surprised how much work you put in to squash it. Okay, let's say there's a little toddler walking here, okay, crawling on the ground, it comes up, and they start grabbing this. What's the first thing? Say, no, don't touch that. Okay, this was an experiment waiting to happen that you just squashed. This is a cup, it has water in it, okay? This is breakable. The kid doesn't know that. They want to experiment, so they'll grab it, it'll fall, it'll break, water will spill all over. That was an experiment you just prevented.
So you would let your kids wander over?
Yes, and the kids make a complete mess of the house. You don't have kids with the intent of retaining a clean house. These are non-commensurate goals, okay? Kids are sources of chaos and disorder. Get over that fact. And where does the disorder come from? It's because they are experimenting with their environment. Everything is new to them. Everything. And this is an obscure example, but I was in Central Park. We were just finished seeing one of the Shakespeare in the Park performances, and it had rained a little earlier, so there were puddles in some of the walkways. I saw a woman walking with her kid. The kid has galoshes on and a raincoat on, and they're coming down the walkway. And there's this big, juicy, muddy puddle right there. And I said, please let the kid jump in the puddle. You know the kid wants to jump in the puddle. The kid is like 3 or 4. You know the kid, and what does the mother do? She pulls the kid around to prevent that from happening. That's an experiment in cratering. That's what craters happen that way. You splash the water, there's mud, it's fun. You get to see the cause and effect of a force, downward force operating on a fluid. Gone. That was a bit of curiosity in that moment that was extinguished. So, with our kids, curiosity, provided it does not kill them, if it meant we had extra work in front of us, I would do that extra work. So, your task is less to instill curiosity in your kids than it is to make sure you don't squash what's already there. And I have pretty high confidence that they'll retain that curiosity through the turbulent middle school years into high school. And what is an adult scientist but a kid who's never lost the curiosity?